Hey, what is up guys, Kid from Sunset Park, and I am back. I'm sorry I didn't upload in some time. I was actually in Pittsburgh on a vacation. I went to go see the Pirates play in PNC Park. Amazing stadium, really liked it. If you're from that area, tell me in the comment section below. PNC Park was awesome. But I'm back and ready to do commentaries, and the first commentary I want to do is about the ongoing investigation and steroid scandal surrounding AlEX Rodriguez, who, if you don't know, is the third baseman for the New York Yankees. He was signed to a mega deal, broke many records, just an absolutely fantastic contract for him, being that it was a multi-million-dollar deal, and the Yankees had no problem paying up for it. And now, about a couple of years later from signing that contract, the Yankees are paying for it big time, being that A-Rod was just suspended through the 2014 season. That's the entire season. That's 162 games. But he will play today, being that he appealed the suspension, which means that he is going to try to fight it and get the suspension either lessened or just something along the lines like that. Just he's appealing the suspension, but the MLB has already announced that they will suspend him through the 2014 season. And if you guys aren't, up to date with it, it's on SportsCenter, it's on ESPN, it's on the MLB Network all the time today. Today is a huge day in the MLB. Major League Baseball is rolling out tons and tons of suspensions for many superstar athletes, and I'm using air quotes around superstar because at this point you really don't know anymore who is a top athlete, being that PEDs are such a big factor in professional sports now. You hear it pretty much all the time, but I'm going to focus on A-Rod in this video, and then I'm going to do videos on some of the other players. But AlEX Rodriguez was a very big link to the Biogenesis Clinic in Miami, and everyone pointed the finger at him. He was pretty much the central investigation to the steroid scandal, and it got worse for him when there was rumor and there was evidence that he tried to buy some of these suspected evidence and some of the actual documents with his name on it, tried to destroy them and stuff like that. So A-Rod just made it very bad for himself. He should have just confessed to having a major role in connection to the Biogenesis Clinic. I'm sure the penalty would have been probably just as bad, being that this is going to be a second time disobeying the MLB's joint drug rule, whatever it's called, the joint drug policy. So, AlEX Rodriguez signed a multi-million-dollar deal with the Yankees, who happen to be my favorite team. I've been a fan for a while, since I was a real little kid, and when the Yankees got A-Rod, it was probably one of the happiest times for me as a fan, next to when they won the World Series, and just all the memorable highlights throughout the current decade and throughout the time that I've been a fan. But A-Rod's deal with the Yankees when he first came along was fantastic. I thought he was going to, he was coming out of Texas being a superstar, being one of the best players in baseball. He came onto the Yankees being the best player in baseball, and it was a huge deal for the Yankees. Eventually, his contract went up with the Yankees, and they signed him to a multi-million-dollar deal. It was 10 years, I think along the lines of $275 million, with some incentive bonuses for breaking home run records. And, that was crazy. That was one of the biggest contracts sports have ever seen for one player. And, the Yankees had no problem paying it. They had no problem dishing out that sort of money every year. But I'm looking at it now and thinking that the Yankees really took a very bad turn with that mega deal. They should have worked something out. They should have negotiated better, being that we're paying for the deal now. Being, again, he's suspended through the 2014 season. That means no third baseman, third baseman that has played that position for as long as he did, and a power right-hand hitter in the Yankee lineup. And the Yankee season, if you're a Yankee fan, if you follow baseball, if you follow the Yankees, you know that third base has been kind of a vacant spot for the Yankees this year. We had Kevin Youkilis, who got hurt. We had just other players that are trying to act as fillers. I think we have Nunez there, Eduardo Nunez, trying to play third base now, and Jeter just went back on the DL. So the Yankees season is very, very dismal right now. A lot of players injured, and the return of A-Rod could have been, a little bit of a driving force, a little bit of a push towards trying to get back into, third place, second place, maybe even first place. But the Red Sox are playing absolutely great baseball. So, coming back from the hip surgery and now getting suspended through the 2014 season, and possibly after this game he plays today, possibly through the end of the year, it doesn't look good for the Yankees. Looks like they're going to have to work very hard in the offseason. One, re-signing Robinson Cano, which is going to be another big, big deal. Multi-million dollars, no doubt. Probably along the lines of 10 years. Probably along the lines of maybe close to A-Rod's contract, but I don't think the Yankees are going to take that risk again and giving him a contract along the lines of Alex Rodriguez. I think the Yankees have completely thrown that idea out the door of having a contract that large and taking that big of a risk. So, with all the PED accusations with A-Rod, with all the scandals surrounding him, it's just not a good look for the Yankees. And I don't know how they'll handle it. Again, it's up to them. They're the ones with the money, with the lawyers, with everything that they need, either to try to get him off the team or to try to, reduce the contract and somehow, I don't know, maybe there could be loopholes in the contract, there could be certain ins and outs that the Yankees can use, but hopefully they do find ways to either lessen the contract or not pay some of the years at all. One thing that was being talked about was A-Rod could possibly be suspended for life. The 200-game minimum ban was the minimum amount of time they were going to ban him, which was 200 games, and I think they're taking that route right now. I don't think they want to ban him for life, MLB, because, he is still a very prominent figure in the MLB, being that he has many, home run titles that he could go after, but still, 200 games is a lot, especially for a team like the Yankees who need a steady third baseman. But, still, the 200-game minimum is a lengthy amount of time to be suspended. All these other players are getting suspended for 50 games because it is their first time being suspended, because it is their actual first time being, connected with the PED scandal per se. And I think the MLB is taking the right steps to make a name out of these players, to actually sort of embarrass the players that are doing this, because a lot of guys are actually coming out and saying that PEDs are wrong. And in the early 90s into the mid 90s, PEDs were a huge thing in baseball. They were absolutely crazy with Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and a lot of players didn't feel the same way they do today. So I'm glad to see the MLB taking the steps in the right direction. A-Rod, it's a devastating loss for the Yankees, but it needs to be done. It needs to happen. I don't feel bad for A-Rod at all. I don't feel shame for him. If he feels embarrassed that he completely threw away his career, that's his fault. Because frankly, he's not getting into the Hall of Fame at this point, being that it's his second huge PED scandal, and being suspended for this amount of time. So I don't feel bad for the guy. I don't have any remorse for him. That's his fault, and he has to deal with it in an adult and professional manner, and not try to complain and point the finger on other people. So that's my view on the A-Rod suspension. That's my view on the PED scandal. Tell me your views in the comment section below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Kid from Sunset Park. I'm out. Peace.